Go Planet! By your powers combined, I am Captain Planet!
Kirby has at last made his Nintendo Switch debut, and he's brought some friends along for the ride. In Kirby Star Allies, Kirby wins over past foes with the power of love, and sets off with them on a quest to discover what's causing the inhabitants of Dreamland to turn evil. It's a game that just wants you to have a good time. It's not challenging, and you can easily complete the main game over a weekend, but it crams so much joy into that time. The game is full of beautiful environments with varied themes, and charming characters brought to life with some adorable animations. I mean, look at him, and his little puffy cheeks, and his happy smile, and then he throws love hearts at the baddies from other Kirby games. But now they're smiling and BFFs, and they play together, and then when they get boo-boos, they kiss each other to heal them, and then when they beat a level, they do a little happy dance, and it's adorbs! So, yeah, it's a cute game. Kirby's signature ability is to absorb the powers of his enemies, which grants him a variety of different movesets to use in levels. Each of these feels different from the others, and most of them are fun to play as. The game feels really smooth, which makes combat with these abilities much more enjoyable. The abilities get expanded upon in Star Allies by allowing teammates to combine their abilities together to create new ones. Recruiting new stars as your allies allows them to be controlled by an AI or another player on the same console. You can call upon them to add their attacks to yours, or to open themselves up to letting you combine your attacks with theirs. Usually this means adding an elemental property to another ability, like setting your yo-yo on fire. This allows you to set some other objects on fire, while also adding additional properties to your attacks. Different elements change abilities in many ways. They don't just feel like reskins, they can play quite differently. One issue when you're playing on your own is that the game can be a bit finicky when you're trying to combine elemental abilities, and sometimes the AI will combine the wrong ones. Your abilities really shine in the game's boss battles. The screen gets painted with all sorts of colours and effects coming from you and your enemies, making for some really hectic action. You've got to dodge things coming from all over the screen and work out the best opportunity to counter-attack. Some boss battles have some extra interactions available if you or your team have certain abilities equipped. If you're up against a giant tree boss, your team can gang up on it with fire attacks to set it alight. Or if a boss tries soaking you with water, you can freeze it. The boss fights provide some exciting interludes and capstones to a lot of the levels. Abilities can also be used in puzzles that provide collectibles or access to secret levels. Unfortunately though, these usually don't leave much to the imagination by giving you easy access to the abilities you need right there in the same room. That's a common theme throughout the game. It's easy. I don't think I even died until I reached the final world of levels. Thankfully, it doesn't reach the point where it becomes rote and unengaging, but it does toe the line at some points early on. The game's length of around 5 to 7 hours does mean that it ends before you can get burned out with it. Outside of the main game, there's a few mini-games to play as well. 2 of them are rather basic and won't get played much outside of multiplayer nights, but once you've beaten the game, you'll unlock 2 more that let you revisit some of the game's content from a different perspective. One is a time attack, where you play through a gauntlet of levels while stuck with a single ability, while the other is a boss rush, where you fight a series of bosses with a hand-picked team of characters. Each of these is an enjoyable extra that gives you more to do even once you've seen all there is in the main game. Kirby Star Allies is just the kind of game I was after at the moment, a fun time that won't be dragged out over several weeks. It just wants to make you feel good, and it's successful at that. It's even more fun if you've got some friends to play with because it makes the action even more hectic. Just make sure to set your expectations appropriately because it's not hard and it's not a long emotional narrative journey or anything like that. For more on Kirby Star Allies, check out our full review and amiibo guide up on monamiibo.com. Thanks for watching! I've been doing some soul searching and really taking the time to think on my behavior. Some things just aren't okay, and I'm sorry. When you see cute things like puppies and pink balls wearing hats, you might be overcome with temptation, but please, be civilized. Say no to baby talk.